Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. So yeah, today we're going to continue some more Phantasy Star III Generations of Doom. Just pick up from last time. Try and get a little bit further through Iron's story hopefully this week. Thank you, Zell. Good to see you. So as always, guide, tell me where to go. And we'll get straight into it. Nice, Ren, the leader of the party. Yeah, I think we shuffled it wrong last time because it seemed like one of our characters was getting beaten up a lot. I think Mia was getting beaten up quite a lot, so we just did the party order just to see if it helps. But whether it actually does anything, I have no idea. Oh. We'll see. So yeah, so at the minute we are, if I remember correctly, I think we're in a place called Dragonica at the minute. And I know we had to rescue someone from a castle. It's not Mario, honestly. Those in the back get targeted less usually. Okay, good note actually does something. It seemed like it did the same in Phantasy Star II from what I could tell, so yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it works in this. So yeah, from what I remember, we arrived at this town last time and there was a castle up here, but we couldn't actually get into it. I seem to remember it was blocked off. Yeah, it's all blocked off that way, so we can't go in that way. So we basically need to find another way to get into that castle. Just before we go, let's just do a quick gear check, just to make sure we're all actually set properly. So I did recommend getting a cannon for Ren. I think we tried the cannon last time and it was a single target, so I decided not to go with it. So we've already got the ceramic protector, so that's fine. We could do getting a ceramic gear, so we could buy that. What about iron? So it's recommending a laser sword, so we could upgrade Iron's weapon. I think we'd upgraded the armors last time because we were taking a lot of damage. Yeah, because all our armor seems to be upgraded already. And for Mew, it recommends getting some laser claws. I think they're in the next town though, so we can head there. Just do a very quick check in this weapon shop just to make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. Yeah, so it's mainly the ceramic gear here, so I think we're fine for now. I mean, our damage is honestly still really decent. Hi, Drac. Yeah, one thing that did really annoy me with this town, that I didn't realise until just before the stream, is the item shop in this place is terrible. They only sell trimates and antidotes, that's it. That really sucks. The trimates are way more expensive than any of the mates, so I'm guessing it's just a way to just help you dump some Zeta. So we'll try and head to the next town. So I think this is a town called, I think this is this Lensol, I think? Yeah, this is Lensol. So we need to find some way of getting into the castle. So apparently there is another place I need to go to in the east somewhere. Okay, yeah, so there's these two like big peninsulas here. Apparently we need to head there from what I can tell. So it looks like more or less just head east from what I can see. Oh yeah, I forgot that everything is ambushing us now. In Reese's adventure, I would sell any trimates for extra. Is that it? It's not a bad idea, honestly. I mean, I've got a decent amount of money at the minute, but yeah, I would just like there to be some dimates in the shop. Because to be honest, we don't really need trimates. I have bought a few of them, but we don't really need trimates, honestly, because we don't really have the health to justify it. Yeah, so it was these fly things on the right that I know they're poisonous, definitely. So if I remember correctly, I think we were trying to get in the castle because we're trying to save... I think... Is it Lyle's daughter, I think it is? I think she was called Thea. Or Tia. Yeah, so she's... I'm guessing she's locked in the castle somewhere at the minute. Okay, so we'll just follow the coastline. It seems to be the easiest way to do it. So according to the map, we're there. So I'm guessing this must be it. So yeah, I'm not sure how far I am through second gen at the minute, but from what I can see on this guide I'm using, it seems like it's mainly split into two parts. And I think we're getting fairly close to the end of the first part, so... I missed. So I assume that this is the peninsula. Yeah, it is cool. Next part should be more story heavy. Oh, cool. So, is there anything here? Is there a hidden bridge or anything? Or is it further up north? As much as this game can be. I mean, I feel that... I think as we're going through the Phantasy Stars, it feels like we are getting a bit more story as we go. I mean, to be honest, 2 didn't have that much. It felt like 2 was very stacked towards the end of the game in regards to story. There was obviously that bit into, you know, after you do the fight with Nir first, there's quite a bit of lore then. And then it feels like you don't really get much at all until quite near the end of the game. And then it kind of dumps the lore on you again. Okay, so no hidden bridge there. That's because it's a not hidden bridge. I'll never quite get over the enemy designs in this game. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to them. This one kind of has to do some plot advance into multiple gens, yeah. I guess if it worked like 2, it wouldn't really work because you need the lore setup going into the second gen. You know, you need a reason to play the second gen, so you need there to be some kind of story anchor to build that on. I mean, someone was going to get poisoned eventually. Thankfully, the enemies are really not that difficult at the minute. They do a fair bit of damage, honestly, but we are killing them pretty quickly. And we're not even upgraded for weapons yet, so... Okay, we have a town. Crimson Assassin Max. I know, I can't unsee that now. So, as always, let's talk around. In the castle of Lensol, far to the southwest, a princess is held against her will. So I guess that's the NPC that tells you where there is, more or less. Welcome to Endora. To reach Tekna, go down Cape Dragon Spine, then cross over the sea. The engineers live there. Aren't the engineers like the weird alien things from Prometheus? Yeah, I think there is some better gear here. So we will check that. We love the engineers. Yeah, I like this is like no explanation. Just, oh yeah, the engineers live there. Quite an affluent town this, with their huge ass fountains. I tried to rescue the princess a while ago. That place is infested with powerful monsters. I opened the castle gate, but I couldn't get in. Please rescue her before it's too late. So I'm going to assume that you've just opened the gate for the castle at any, so I'm assuming we go back to Lensol. Well, first, let's do what we do every time we visit a new town, and get rid of poison. Yeah, I do wonder what the engineers are in the context of this game. The people who built the cyborgs are kind of interested. Right, what do you have? We'll just ignore the one at the bottom because that seems excessively expensive. So we do want a ceramic gear for Ren. I've been upgraded for a specific character. I'm going to assume it's pretty good if it's 23,000. It actually doesn't recommend buying it, so I can only assume it's maybe for later in the game. I'm quite happy that it's not recommending buying it. Oh, you mean the engineers? Okay. Might be an upgrade for a specific character. Okay, so we've got a ceramic gear for Ren. And we'll go check the weapon shop as well. Yeah, a little bit more defense. Again, not a huge difference. It does feel like the defense upgrades are very incremental at this point. Alright, go and see what weapons are in. Hopefully some decent upgrades. I mean, honestly, we're doing okay with the weapons we've got. I think Mew could probably do with an upgrade, definitely, because I think her damage is starting to be a bit lacking. Okay, so we've got Laser Sword, so I think... Yeah, so we want that for Iron. We also want 2 Laser Claws for Mew as well. It does recommend getting the cannon. I'm really hesitant to buy weapons for Ren though, because I don't want to spend 10,000 Mazetta on a gun that shoots one target. Because I know that some of his guns only hit one target, and I really like him having the ability to hit a whole line. So I think for now, I think we'll definitely pick the laser sword up for Ein. And we'll get 2 laser claws from you as well. She would be full on items. So what does this do to our attack? Okay, that was a huge attack increase for Ein. Yeah, the guide I'm using doesn't even say it just says buy a cannon for Ren. But it did also tell me to use the gun that I found last stream, and then I used it and it was a 1-targeter. So I'll probably find a different guide that lets you know. So let's get one of these laser claws on. Yeah, these are really nice attack increases. Should be able to hunt down some vintage hint guides on the Internet Archive before some crazy politicians remove the Internet Archive. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm not confident. Alright, so we can sell that seal sword. Nah, it's playable. Good to see it. So we'll also sell that steel claw. And give me another laser claw. Back on Warframe. I still haven't even tried Elite Dangerous yet. I think by the time I've tried Elite Dangerous, you will have like moved on to Warframe and left Elite Dangerous. Oh, you've been playing it as well to playable? Still playing Elite because you're in deep space. Just gets a bit repetitive doing smaller sessions of exploration. I suppose it's probably the kind of game though where you can just kind of jump into it and go exploring for a bit, I imagine. Again, if it's anything like Freelancer. Okay, give me another laser claw. Yeah, and it has a lot of attack now. I watched a video of EVE Online last night and left more confused than when you started. I, on the other hand, have been enjoying the heck out of Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, I do want to play it at some point. I think I'm probably going to wait until it's on sale. Also confusing because we talked about EVE Online and there is a character called Eve in Stellar Blade. Is Stellar Blade the butt cheek simulator? You could call it that. Okay, I think we're sorted. Yeah, it's made by the same devs that did Goddess Victory Nike, which is also kind of a butt game. Lots of antidotes. Yeah, it's a good point. How many antidotes do we have? Good to see you making your way through Phantasy Star III. I'm getting there. It's been a struggle at times, but we're getting there. Yeah, we have plenty of antidotes, we're fine. Nier is really fun. From what I've seen, I think Stellar Blade probably does have better combat than it. But I think the story in Nier on its own holds up. Out of 1, 2, and 3, what's the favourite so far? I mean, I think I'm only about maybe halfway through 3 in total, but so far I've probably enjoyed 2 the most. The NPC that tried to rescue the princess is named Quist in the Japanese version. I don't even think they said their name in this version. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be Fordrak, admittedly, but I haven't played it yet, so... yeah, 3 seems okay. Definitely the weakest so far, I think. But yeah, it seems decent. Right, so we are tooled up. I like how the guide says, you know, get all this gear for your characters, and then it says, if you don't have the money, which you won't, fight around a bit until you do. For once, I don't have to grind. Yeah, so we talked to that guy who said that he tried to rescue the princess. So yeah, it's just head back to Learn Soul now. One thing I will say that I don't like with this game is there is a lot of backtracking. Maybe if I had better combat animations and more music variety, it would feel tons better. I think so, yeah. That was 247 damage. Okay, so we've established that the Mew and Ein are now absolute monsters. Yeah, all you needed was Mazetta. See, now I'm thinking that maybe I should get the cannon because now Ren feels weak. Game is so bad, but if remastered, it could be the best of the 4. Yeah, I think there's obviously a lot of issues with the game. I think the sort of the core of the game and the story and everything seems alright so far. There's just a lot of like mechanical issues and things with it. But having said that, again, I'll say it again. I am enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. I'd heard a lot of really bad stuff about this game, and I am enjoying it more than I thought. Hope the YouTube stuff is going okay for you, mate. Keep checking out on the posts. It's been a bit hit and miss, honestly, on YouTube side. Again, just algorithm stuff. It's just weird. I'm just putting things out now, and if they get views, they get views. That was nearly 300 damage. Yeah, I've said this for a while as a playable, but I think for me, myself, I far prefer the streaming side to the video production side. Because honestly, I find it a lot easier to do the streaming. It just feels like sitting down, talking to people for a few hours, you know, play some games. It's really relaxed. I really enjoy it. YouTube can feel like a bit of a grind sometimes, like putting all the videos together, doing all the editing and everything. Yeah, I am still using HitFilm at the minute. I've been loving it so far. I've had no issues with it, really. I know a lot of people do use DaVinci Resolve, though. Yeah, I think those flies must be resistant to physical damage. I mean, we're still deleting them. Yeah, I think this game it does feel like a bit of a missed opportunity. It feels like it could have been a lot better than it is. But I still think it holds up okay. As good as could be expected anyway. Notice as you've been streaming, it's a lot easier to just turn a stream on and enjoy it rather than brain rack a video out. Yeah, exactly. Like, there are some weekends where I'll be about to record and I'll think like I have no idea what to do a video on, and I really struggle to get a video out sometimes. But with streaming, I can just, you know, even if I'm not sure what game to play, you know, if I'm really struggling to decide what to play, I can just go, I'll just play PSO for a few hours, and I'll just, you know, sit back and, you know, talk to chat for a few hours. The only downside with the streaming is that after I've done 3 hours of streaming, like I feel it because my throat's starting to give out and everything. My voice is a bit wrecked. So you definitely feel it after you've streamed, which I'm sure you know, doing it yourself. Zero Tower also chill while talking chat. Yeah, the Zero Tower stream is really fun. And again, yeah, it was just one of those streams where you could just talk to chat for most of the time. Although part of that was probably because you were basically solo in tower. I really did not contribute a great deal to that run. It's still fun though. And I think if we skip spawns, I think we could maybe clear it in a 3-hour stream. Maybe we'll try that again soon. I feel like me, I tend to actually record a lot of conversations and topics while streaming, then convert to a video of sorts after. I should do that really. I should just kind of take some stream footage and make video content out of it. I've been trying to decide how to approach shorts as well, because I've been encouraged by certain people to try doing some YouTube shorts as well, but we'll see. Okay, so miraculously no one is poisoned for once. So we'll get healed up and then we'll head into the castle. Give out some gear if you want to try out new stuff. Yeah, I never tried any of the classes in Zero. I've only done Uniwell. Also, just like I point out, we've got 7777 Mazetta. Hi, Jokey. Good to see it. It is my lucky day, apparently. Or not, because if you saw on Discord and on Affinia as well, there was apparently someone on Affinia who had literally been playing about 2 runs of Tower and found it SGS. Like, that hurt. Okay, so God, the instructions for this part sound horrendous. It sounds so complicated. Shorts are a strange one. You have to feel or measure the effect as the views are counted differently against long form. Yeah, it's all separated off, isn't it? Exactly, yeah, Lucky 7. It's like Final Fantasy 7, isn't it, with that? I don't think it was a glitch. I think it was like a thing that was programmed into the game where you... I can't forgive you more attack, or if it made make it to do 7777 damage or something when you had 7777 HP. You're with said person this morning. So lucky. Right, so where are we going? So before you reach the throne room, head right and up. I need a map for this castle because it sounds like it's going to be horrendous. After seeing Mist drop 2 Psycho 1s, I believe in anything. Oh, Drac, yeah, it was a bit confusing the way the worded it. So the Hell special on SGS can miss. It's the Sumakuji Sword special domain. So the 360 wave that the TJS does, that can't miss. So that's why they say getting an SGS without hit, it doesn't matter because the TGS special won't miss anywhere. But yeah, the sealed J-Sword special technically could miss. What was the best in Phantasy Star 3 so far for you? I think so far, I think I've been enjoying this story more than the first one. I think because I really didn't like Reese that much in the first playthrough. Oh god, it's these robot birds again. Yeah, that's the thing as well, I suppose with SGS you only get 2 attributes on it, so if you've got one with hits you can only have 1 attribute. Hey Blader, good to see it. We are so much stronger now with these new weapons. He was saying that he used up all his luck for the past and next year getting that to drop. I would say so. Although again, like Drax said, Mist did get 2 Psycho 1s on the same spawn, so anything can happen in PSO. On the flip side, you could be hunting V101 and never get it. So. So what is the point in that room? Why did it tell me to come here? I was helping level your 4 mile while he racked up kills with the SGS. Yeah, the only downside with unsailing in multiplayer is you only get the it only counts if you actually get the kill. So it's a little bit annoying to unsail in multiplayer. That's why most people just spam solo stuff. It's really boring to do, but it's probably the fastest way of doing it. Okay, so literally no reason at all to go to that room. Thanks, guide. Does it mean somewhere else? Oh, okay, I see what it means. In the meantime, I've been everyone else's good luck charm while my drops have been non-existent. Yeah, that's how it normally goes for me as well. Like, I seem to see things drop, but never actually get them. I mean, as people who have watched for a while will know, I've seen 2 SGS drops now. You got 4 Psycho 1s in 1 month in PSP2 Infinity. I can't remember how hard it is to get in Infinity. I know I've got at least 1 or 2. Basic one's not hard. I guess it has an upgrade, doesn't it, in Infinity? I think, is it Eternal Psycho Drive? I think it's called. I think I've got one of those as well. Okay, so we don't go in the throne room yet. Oh, we have new Mecha Rappies. Chirp bots, they're called. You just took 260 damage. Biggest drop is still a Pinnacle card. I know we had a Pinnacle card drop, I think it was last year, might be in the last anniversary. think Vector got it. And Pinkle card is really rare. It's a shame it's not more useful, but I think on Affinia, you might want to check it, but I think on Affinia, Pinkle card is an ingredient for one of the forge items. One of the red ring platings. I'm sure it's the Pinkle card. Psycho Drive, you need to grind Dartfall's Dios. I used to hate that fight. It was such an annoying boss. It does seem like the first character takes most of the damage because Ren's taking the damage now. Me being a Hugh caster, I just looked at it like, wow, this is useless. It's always the case, you'll always find things that are of no use to you. And I've had a few really rare drops on Affinia. I think Cycle Wonder is probably my biggest, or maybe Red Ring, but yeah, typically I see other people get stuff. Which I'm happy to see, because it is good to see people get stuff and get banners. I like how this, I assume, king who was, you know, taken Thea hostage has just filled his castle with rappies. So what was crazy, that thing you posted earlier, Drac, about the Del Depths in PSO, kind of amazed me because it's crazy that there are still things in PSO I'm still finding out now. I've played for like 20 odd years and I had no idea that's how Del Depths worked. For anyone who didn't see it, apparently if you use an attack on a Del Depth and it misses, it forces them to stay in like their upright state. It's super weird. Yeah, I had no idea that's how they worked. You've been considering trying to sell it off or something, but Asaru keeps talking me out of it. I would, for the Pinkle card, I'd honestly probably keep hold of it, or use it for the Forge trading, because I don't think the value on it is that high. I want to say maybe, if I had to guess, I'd say, what, maybe 25 PDs or so? That's a total guess, so don't take me as gospel. Generally for Pinkle card, I would probably just keep it, or have a look on the Forge and see if it is used for trading. I'm sure it's either Pinkle card or White Hill card, or both. Okay, so let's save it before we go in the big scary dungeon. Okay, so whereabouts in this dungeon do I want to be going, and is there anything else I want to get while I'm here? So, are we in the right place here? That does look right. Yeah, I will say that as good as this guide has been, some of the directions it gives you are a little bit confusing. So, is this the right route? Because according to the guide, I go outside the castle and then go back in. But from what I'm looking at, this looks like the right room. So I guess we can go down. If it's the wrong way, it's the wrong way. Okay, so... It says, after you go downstairs, take a right, follow the first pathway up you come to. Does that make any sense with where I am now? Okay, so we're there. I'm basically just looking at the... It's basically a huge maze, this dungeon, so I'm just figuring out the path. Okay, I think I know what it means. So I think I go across here. Okay, well, same enemy so far. It's not a lot according to the price guides I've looked at, but at least when I talked to him yesterday, he traded me a 0% Excalibur for a 0% lame that someone else gave me free of charge. Normally charges 6 PDs to unlock a lame. Oh, cool. It just saves you the time doing it, doesn't it? And to be honest, even a 0% Excalibur is still really good. Okay, so it's not up there. Yeah, Excal's kind of a weird weapon because I think it's more often used by rangers, but hunters can get a lot of use out of it as well, so... And even some forces as well, to be honest. So yeah, pro tip with Phantasy Star, always save before you open the box because you never know when it'll have Dark Falls inside. It's a lot harder than most everything else you've got. Yeah, it is really, really strong. Yeah, these new weapons are really making a meal of these fights. Yeah, so we go down and round. Probably gonna take a while this because I imagine it's gonna get a lot of fights on the way. Yeah, I am thinking that maybe I should upgrade Ren's weapon. He's getting to a point now where he's not actually killing anything. And Iron and Mew are doing so much damage now that the need to be able to hit multiple targets has gone down a bit, I guess. We are earning really good money from this though, so... If I'm just pissed about helping carry low levels, stick to Master Raven. Never tried that because I've never had a character that can use it. I think, is Master Raven the one that can't combo but it shoots a few times? so I think I go up after this room. No, I don't. I go up here. Good job I didn't go any further, because that would have been a massive detour. No combo, but does a 3-round burst. Last one does the same for females. Last one's a little bit different. So last one can combo. I think the difference is, I think Master Raven has a lot more attack power but can't combo, whereas last one has low attack power but can combo, but is still really good. The last one is great. I use one on my Hukaseel and it's been a game changer. Also, I'm happy to report that after quite a lot of grinding on NGS, I finally managed to get my first Malignant Darkfalls Vial clear. My god, it is a difficult fight. Just a shame that dual birds can only be used by rangers or Huni. I think Hukaseel can use it as well. Hukaseel has more accuracy than Huni will, so I think I'd prefer to use last one, honestly. Just because not having the long bit at the end of the mech gun animation is brutal sometimes, particularly when you're like a low level hunter. Just having the ability to have a handgun animation but with mech gun shots is fantastic. I haven't touched NGS in about 3 months. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying it quite a bit recently just because this new boss divider is easily the hardest thing I've fought in NGS. I don't know how it compares to final rank Masquerade because I haven't got that far on Masquerade. But yeah, the new Darkfalls fight is ridiculously hard. It's insanely hard. Glad you got beat it. Also, finally caught one of the streams live. Oh, good to see you, Chad. Yeah, congrats on the clear as well. Yeah, I think anyone who's managed to beat it so far knows how hard it is. I mean, I feel like I got more or less carried through it. I was just eating attacks constantly. I'm glad it's hard. I mean, I will say it's not my favourite fight in NGS. I think I do prefer Malignant Solus on Malignant Dalian. Because a lot of the stuff that Vial does feels very cheap or feels just unfair. It isn't. It probably is fair, but it's just learning how to deal with it. For me, it was just a bit overwhelming because at some points in that fight, there is so much going on the screen. It's really hard to figure out what to do, where to go, what's safe. I really hope this is the right way. While I did want harder stuff, the last phase is unfair. Sometimes you just can't see with so many unblockables. There is some ways that I've seen to kind of cheese the last phase. One thing I would say if you haven't already is make sure you've got Mars and make sure you have Garm as one of the weapons because you've got the HP regen on that. For quite a lot of the final phase, I was just sitting in Garm and just mashing the normal attack. And you can more or less HP regen through a lot of the unblockables. The downside is obviously once Mars ends. There is a few other strats I've seen as well for certain classes. So I know Ranger, for example, can actually use Encore Jump to basically jump on the pillars in the final phase and get above them, and then use either a launch up here, like multi-launch or something like that, and they can stay up in the air quite a lot. I've also heard that apparently the center of the arena on final phase is one of the safer areas to stand. But I get what you mean, like, there is things coming at you from all directions in that phase. None of which is blockable, apart from the few little purple explosions. I mean, I was just panicking and running around like a headless chicken. Particularly as when I was doing it, I was on voice chat with the rest of the team that I did it with. And one of them said, oh, this is a definite clear. And I was standing there on low health with no rest of signs left. I was like, wouldn't maybe say that. Qxseal can use it, Huni can't. Master Riven hits for 350 to 380, last one is 80 to 90. Yeah, it kind of averages out because last one obviously has the ability to combo. So I'm assuming I go here. Do I go left or down here? Okay, it's just down and right, fair enough. Yeah, for me, Shad, I'm glad that they've added some really hard content to NGS. I know there are a lot of people complaining about those, saying that it is too hard. I think it is a very, very brutal fight. And I think really you're only going to beat it if you've got incredibly good gear and know your class inside out. For me, I'm not too bothered. I'm glad I've beaten the 4-player one, but realistically, you know that they're going to add easy 8-player version at some point. Yeah, I will say that I was genuinely surprised how hard Val was. I mean, it was never going to be easy because it was a malignant 4-player boss, but it's so much harder than Solar Sardalian. Yeah, the best gear you can afford 470% potency, and it still takes till the last second. I think when I cleared, I think we had about 18 seconds left, I think. Sounds worth the challenge, but I know my gear is very outdated by now, and I'd hate to see what it takes to get up to snuff. I spent millions to get my gear up on one character to get it to enough. The battle power requirement for that quest is very, very high. I kind of get why though, because you do need incredibly good gear to do it. Okay, so now we're back in the dungeon. So where from here? Okay, it's actually quite easy. So we go down and then basically all the way to the right and then up. My issue is how ranger reliant it is. Even if you have the gear, if you random party and there isn't a ranger, most people just leave. Yeah, it's an issue because blight rounds give you such a big damage boost. You are losing a huge amount to not have a ranger. I get it kind of sucks because obviously if you're doing it at a random party, there's no guarantee you're going to get one. But yeah, it does feel like ranger is almost a necessity. I'm guessing the probably is people who've played it without Ranger, but it feels like Ranger gives you so much more freedom. Same issue you had with Dark Falls fights before. Yeah, it's just... I mean, obviously Blight Rounds or Weak Bullets in PSO2 Classic was always a massive thing. I mean, even in PSO2 Classic, it felt like on some things, you know, the damage boost that you got from having Weak Bullet was just huge. It does feel, though, that every time you get a 4-player one, like, Ranger is almost required. You got 7 millions, a paper clips, a rubber band, and some lint. Okay, looking like we're okay. So do we go up here, or is it further across? I think it's further across. Yes, it is. Cool. Yeah, what I'll try and do is, because I think I got a recording of my first clear of it, so I'll probably try and I'll put it up as like maybe it's like a members only video or something, just so you can see like my horrible attempt at trying to get through it. Yeah, cause I think in NGS, I want to say that Shifter and D-Band is a 10% boost. I could be wrong, but I think it's 10%. I will say having a Tector does really, really help. Obviously, things like for the elemental downs as well, that helps a lot, but having Shifter and D-Band, and also having a class that can heal other people as well, you know, with, you know, skills like Overemphasis. Overemphasis lets you heal your entire team, which is really important if you're running low on rest designs. In NGS economy terms, I'm super poor. If this was base, I couldn't even afford a free meal. For what it's worth, Jokey, I am very poor in NGS as well. Even more so now. Yeah, I do feel like at the minute, it feels like Ranger is almost a requirement. Tector is... I wouldn't say Tector is a requirement for it necessarily, but it does feel like it's a nice thing to have, because Tector damage is pretty decent anyway. Again, you've got the elemental down build up, and you've also got the shift from D-Band, which is really nice. I'm just wondering if Bounce would be worth it, because obviously Bouncer really helps to contribute towards downs. But Bouncer damage I don't think is that great, personally. It would be nice if any 4-player class combo could finish it. I mean, again, I imagine there are probably groups who've done it without a Ranger. But for context, from what I've seen people post, if you do it with a 4-player party, you need to average 30,000 DPS each, which is ridiculously high. I think in the run that we did, I was averaging about sort of 20 to 25,000, but we had like 2 people in the party that were pulling a lot of the weight. So yeah, 30,000 DPS each is pretty rough. And I don't think it's soloable from what I can tell. That is not a very secure jail cell. I'm just going to save in case there's a boss fight. It can't be solo, people tried. It just feels like there's probably too much health and too much DPS required to solo it. How many tech arts customizations have they added so far? I want to say it's either 3 or 4. We are due another one. We do need another one. I found an antidote. Cool. I like how the antidote was imprisoned. Stubborn though, once a Hue cast, always a Hue cast, and I stick with Wired Lance for most of crowd control. I'm not sure how Hunter's doing there, honestly. I mean, you have some advantages. I mean, obviously you have a lot of health. You have Iron Will, which helps a lot. because you will proc Iron Will. It's just crazy because you need so much DPS to do it, but you also need to be really good at reading his attacks as well because he does so much damage. I also found out today from a video that I saw that when you get right to the end of the fight, he kind of collapses in the typical way that a lot of the Falls fights do. Basically the part of the fight where it's like, okay, you can kill me now. But Vile, if you don't kill him within, I think it's within 40 seconds, he does a nuke that hits everyone for about 9,000 damage. So yeah, when you get to the last phase and he's falling on the platform, make sure you kill him quickly. I assume you are there. Thank Laie, you're here. Let's get out now. I have the twins ruby. It should come in handy. Please take me to my father right away. There joins your party. Cool, we got another party member. Yeah, there's actually not that many DPS checks on Malignant Vile. I think there's more on the regular Vile. There are a few parts of the fight where you'll die if you don't do something correctly. So there's one part in the fight where... Oh god, yeah, she's level 1 and very weak. Yeah, there is one part in the fight where basically everyone gets targeted with about 8 lasers that track your character. And you have about 10 seconds, I think it is. And what you have to do is basically build walls. And you have to essentially wall your character in to prevent the lasers from hitting you. And it's really easy to mess up the placement on the walls and just get nuked. So it's not a DPS check, but it requires you to actually know what you're doing. People are literally calling it the Fortnite phase because you are literally building a house. Okay, so can we just escape from here, or... It just says exit the dungeon, so please tell me I have an escape. Thank God. Let's make sure there's nothing in here first before I disappear. No. Yeah, it does kind of feel like almost like a personal attack with Malignant Vile, like people were saying, oh, NGS isn't hard. It just feels like they've done that deliberately just to prove a point. It does feel personal. Like, I cleared it once and that was enough for the night. I had to literally log off NGS after that because I was like, I can't do anything else. Okay, so we have there. I assume she probably needs gear. Ah, she uses slicers, okay. Between Masquerade and this guy, they took the difficulty angle personally. Yeah, I mean, I'm only on about depth, I think I'm on depth 6 on Masquerade. It's already getting pretty difficult for me. I've seen people do rank 10 and it looks absurd. Maybe not as hard as the PSO2 Masquerade, but yeah, it's still not easy. Dude has no chill whatsoever. Feels like the vibe check opening boss from Armored Core 6. Yeah. Yeah, I remember... Well, there was 2 bosses from Armored Core 6 really, wasn't there, that were throwing people. There was the helicopter at the start in the tutorial that was like, you know, gatekeeping a lot of people. And then there was Balteus as well. He did rank 10 on release and you still don't know how he did it. Okay, yeah, so she does have pretty basic gear. So we need to buy a robe and 2 ceramic slicers. Yeah, everything's about the stun mechanic. Yeah, I think AC6, it does feel like it's very heavily built around that. This game would be a lot cooler if the town music changed across generations. It would be nice if just the towns changed in general. It's one criticism I do have of the game is that the towns are exactly the same in every single area. I mean, the layout is different, but it's the same assets. Okay, so we've got a robe. Let's go get some slicers. So what kind of character is she actually? Is she melee if she uses slicers, or but she has TP, so I'm assuming she has tax. Okay, so she's quite a weird character. So she has some support tax, some attack tax, and uses slicers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even if in a desert, it's still the green grass towns. Maybe it is AstroTurf yet. Oh, we should probably adjust her text actually as well. So they recommend her favouring Foy and Resta. Balteus was the true gatekeep. Either you get around the endless DAC or you get obliterated in 2 seconds. I mean, I know they did nerf Balteus eventually. I think I managed to beat it before the nerf, thankfully. But yeah, it was rough. It took me a couple of days to beat Balteus. Like Anna from Phantasy Star II. Anna had some like very, very basic techs. I like how the attack techs are called melee techs. So favour Foy. Okay, I can't really do much with that, but yeah, sure. And then we also need to favour Resta. I just realised as well, we've got 3 people in the party that can use Resta now. I mean, it does look like her Resta's going to be pretty weak. Maybe it's because she's really low level though. I guess healing in this game is spiritual. You got a chance to look at the Phantasy Star Online art book? It's pretty wild. Which one is it? Is it the Book of Hunters? Book of Hunters is fantastic. I would really recommend anyone get it if you're interested in Phantasy Star Online art. There's a ton of stuff in it as well. It's usually fairly cheap on eBay as well. There's usually someone selling it. I know there was someone selling a signed one that was signed by Yuji Naka a while back, but that was not cheap. So ceramic slices, yep. And she wants 2 of them. So how much money we got? 7,000. So we are a bit short of that cannon for round. Okay, so let's get you with a ceramic slicer. And a ceramic slicer. You still have no attack, but I mean, you are level 1. So I guess we can let that slide. You also have no defense and no speed. Kind of reminds me a bit of, what was her name from the first gen? Lena, I think it was. Which actually probably makes sense because I guess this is Lyle's daughter, isn't it? And I'm assuming, I'm gonna guess that Lyle goes with Lena if you don't. Okay, so now we need to head back to Iridia via the passageway. Can we buy diamonds here just before we head off? Probably not at the inn. A story scene where some sort of cast-like creature from the ruins saves a Hunuo from something. Okay. Yeah, I know the Book of Hunters is the one that has a lot of the like concept art for the classes and everything, and it has there's a lot of art in there for unused classes. Some of it's really interesting because it has, so for example, it has concept art of the Ramal. I bear in mind the Book of Hunters was for the Dreamcast version of PSO. So it's obvious that they designed the Ramal and classes like Hugh Casil and everything as well. They were all designed, but they just obviously weren't used in the Dreamcast version. So I do wonder why they didn't put them in the Dreamcast version. Yeah, there is also the really buff Hunium, and there is also the like sort of almost orc-like Hunuo as well. So you still only sell trimates, huh? It's a shame. Yeah, I'm sure, I think it said for Ramal, I'm sure they said something like that they couldn't justify putting her in Dreamcast because I think they said she would be too similar to Hunuo and Ramal. They obviously then decided to go against that and put her in GameCube anyway. Bio Monster Hunuo. I mean, I will say I'm kind of surprised that the Newman characters in PSO don't look a bit more similar to I mean, there's obviously similarities, but I feel like the art direction kind of changed a bit between the classic games and PSO. There is some that carries over, but it does feel like there's a bit of a step on. Okay, so we need to find the passageway back. I think it was northwest. And it has a cat-like appearance. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I just feel like Faye's gonna die as soon as she gets hit. So am I literally gonna have to tell Faye to defend every single time? I guess if she dies, we can just kind of leave her dead, and because she's not really going to contribute much anyway. There's a different continuity, so the design changes make sense. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they obviously wanted to put a difference between Phantasy Star and Phantasy Star Online. Okay, so she got a level, so did her stats go up much? A little bit. Oh, she actually went to level 4. So maybe she levels fast? Glad you kept up with this game. Yeah, I did a poll on Discord and another one on YouTube, and both of them wanted me to keep playing it, so... Next game, at least, new characters won't be level 1. I'm very glad to hear that. I mean, it's less of a problem in Phantasy Star 3 than it was in 2. In 2, it kind of sucked because you had to just grind every character you got. So I think it was over here. Being ambushed is probably not good for Thea. Definitely not going to be good for Thea. Thea can no longer fight. There we go. That didn't take long. The grind makes you more emotionally attached. I mean, I guess. It was just a little bit annoying with 2 where, you know, you get to a point in the game where you need to have certain level characters, and then you get a new character that was level 1. So you'd have to spend the next, you know, hour or so grinding that character to get them up to a level where you can actually use them. It was just kind of a weird way of doing things. Imagine a bunch of randos showing up to your house and demanding that you train them and buy them stuff. Yeah, Tea's dead already. Is it Tia or Thea? I have no idea. But yeah, she's dead already. It's kind of impossible to keep her alive because she has no health at all at the minute. And we do have a reverser. We could try it. It's really low level, but we could try it. For a laugh. Let's save Scum actually. I'm counting on you, Iron. Nope. You don't really use TP for much outside of rest it, yeah. Let's try again. Well done. Ren is actually the main character. It feels like it at the minute. Although he is one of the weaker ones at the minute for damage. We do need to get him a better gun. Yeah, I think it was this cave. Right there. Can we make it through this fight? Ren definitely is the main character. Okay, the third gained a level. It says a level. Saves come in TP, now you're playing Phantasy Star 3. Yeah, so she leveled twice again. So I guess maybe she levels faster. Maybe it's just because the type of monsters we're fighting is enough experience to power level her. The dragon tier glows and you're inside. Hey Kilnia, good to see you. So where are we going back to? We are going back to Aridia. Yeah, pretty good. Just doing a bit more Phantasy Star 3, but yeah, doing well otherwise. Apart from it being very, very warm. Alright, so now I need the map for this passageway back. So Aridia to Draconia, I think that's right. It is far too warm. It really is far too warm. Oh, this was the really annoying passageway that's huge. I hate this one. Yeah, it's like the most irritating passageway to get through. So from here... Are you going to have to decide if you want to marry the green-haired girl or somebody else in 2nd gen? I'm not sure what the choices are for 2nd gen, honestly. I haven't looked into it. I mean... I'm going to guess that maybe Thayer's one of the options. Maybe. But yeah, no idea yet. Okay, so... just bear with me for this map because it is a very confusing one. How did Thayer go first? Yeah, Killian, from what I've seen, I think Friday and Saturday are meant to be very, very hot. Which I'm not looking forward to working in an office on Friday. That is not going to be fun. You're moving to the North Pole. Sounds like a good idea, honestly. That attack noise for Thea sounds like the most puny thing I've ever heard. Okay, she leveled again. Oh, only one level from that. Because I think I go here. And I think it's west and then south. Why can't we have float-on clothing tech that stabilizes body temp? I know, we need to get on that. But that sounded like 2 levels. So it played the level up noise twice, but she leveled once. You do you, game. You like that PSU had lore on the Nano Transformer thing? Yeah. So I think, yeah, we're doing okay so far. Part of why I hit a higher up. Too damn hot in the summer and too damn cold in the winter. I mean, realistically, the UK really doesn't get that hot, honestly, but it's a lot hotter than we're used to. And as I mentioned before, the UK doesn't really do air conditioning, so when we do get a heat wave, we really suffer. Okay, well, there is just power leveling, so that's good. Okay, so from here I go all the way south and west then up. There's about solo Dark Falls. I mean, if she keeps leveling at this rate, she might do. Kind of like the dungeon music. Honestly, yeah, the dungeon music for the passageways I quite like. I do like the overworld music as well. It's mainly just the battle music I don't like much, which is unfortunate because you hear it so often. Also, just as a reminder while I think on, if anyone is wanting to do challenge mode for PSO, there is a post on my Discord in the PSO chat channel. Just leave your details of like what time zone you are and when you're available for that if you want to do it. That will be for next week ideally. We only get a different battle BGM at the end. You would think, wouldn't you, that bosses in general would have their own boss theme? Even if it's just like a generic boss theme, but no, it's the same theme again. So I think... Hey, we did it. Okay, so we are back to Iridia, so where now, guys? So with that, we have finished the first part of Iron's story. We're now on the second half. So we are making progress. Okay, rest that has attack first. Can do. It's 22 degrees C and 24 C. It's great. That's roughly about how warm it is here at the minute. I think for us it's meant to get to about low 30s by the end of the week, which for me is too hot. I don't cope with anything above like mid-20s at all. Okay, so we just want to head just west and then south, really. Yeah, that's the issue. It's the humidity more than anything. Earlier in the year, it was hitting 35 and almost 40. Yeah, I would not cope. I remember there was a couple of years ago, I think it was, where we got a really bad heat wave here, and it hit like low 40s, and I just couldn't do anything. Like, it was just too much effort to do anything. So I don't know how it'll cope with that. I suppose if you've grown up with it and it's what you're used to, you're probably just used to it. But yeah, for me, 40 degrees is far too hot. Also, since we're back in Iridia, I wonder if that other robot is still walking around. Wow, if they actually killed something. Okay, so about halfway. Yeah, thankfully I am off work all next week, so I have a chance to actually relax a bit. Maybe try and record some video backlog as well. That would be nice. Oh, we're actually perfectly lined up with it. That's actually really good to know. So if we need to go back to Draconia, we can just walk it directly east from here. Okay. You're off work next week as well. Nice one. I might actually get to play some Elite Dangerous then. Unfortunately, on the Monday, I do have to get my car serviced, which is not fun, but needs doing. It started shouting at me to get serviced, so I should probably do it. Car is still sat in the garage after 2 years. If you haven't used it for 2 years, is it worth maybe just selling it, or...? Just thinking, if you're not using it. You were told no. Okay, fair enough. So now we need to go to the West Cave. That makes sense because that's where Lyle and Reese was. I do kind of want to see if we can find that android in the desert. There she is. That didn't take long. I want to talk to her again and see if she says anything different. "30 degrees out here at the minute, not enjoying it, especially at 63% humidity." Oof. Yeah, I don't like hot weather. So this is Mion. Where is Arakio? It's been 1,000 years, but I'd know his black sword anywhere. So I think she's still saying the same. So I'm going to assume that, but this is just a guess, but I'm assuming that because Mew and Mion look identical, it seems, I'm guessing they're just like maybe a model of Cyborg. Talk to her another time. Okay. We'll even talk to her again. No, she seems quite keen on telling me about Arakio. So maybe we come back to her later. She's obviously here for a reason. It's going to be a while, okay. You just keep walking around the desert and I'll liaise with you at a future date. I know, it's always 1,000 years, isn't it? It's all people talk about in this place. 1,000 years this, 1,000 years that. Almost like it's plot relevant. Mion won't become relevant until Gen 3. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm assuming that Mew and Mion are maybe the same model of Cyborg, I'm guessing. Just doesn't look the same. Because I'm sure that Mew and Ren, I think they said that they're like Mew model and Ren model. Back after 1,000 years AFK and had visitors, no worries. Hopefully it hasn't been 1,000 years, because that's a real problem if it's been 1,000 years. Well, at least there is now at a stage where she's not getting one shot. That's nice. Although she did almost get one shot. Please don't kill her as soon as I've said that. Phantasy Star Cave has a username Black Sword with a signature. Where is Black Sword? I'd know his Arakio anywhere. Ren is a... is that Siren? Siren type 386 android. So there's like a set type of android that I assume all look like Ren. I assume the same for Mew as well. I feel like you could crop that grass and make it into a bug's life and people would believe it. Twins Ruby glows and you are inside. I don't think that's the right place yet. Personally. Or is it? Yeah, this is a different place. We do need to come here, but not yet. Mew is a Mew type S2, okay. So we want West Cave, so I'm assuming we're just a little bit outside of it. Yeah, I think it's that cave. It's this one here, I think. So we probably just need to head south. I think it's because we went north to go and talk to Myun, so it kind of threw us off a bit. Well, Bear's damage is getting a little better, and she just attacked twice, which helps. So she's not terrible. She's certainly better than Lena was in Gen 1. What is that? What is what? There's a lot of things that could. Protrusion on that mob. So we should be almost on this. Do you mean these mobs on the right? I think it's meant to be a mouth. And I'm guessing it's meant to be like a proboscis or something, but yeah, it does look interesting. More Ohio weather fun. It was sunny 5 minutes ago, and now all hell is letting loose from the sky. Yeah, sure, Mew, just solo everything. That's fine. Okay, so I'm assuming. I think it's these mountains, but we have to go on the other side. So it looks like slicers hit an entire row, so they work a bit like Ren's cannon, which is fairly useful. That was 300 damage. I thought it was a wheel like on a bike. It's really hard to tell. I mean, who knows what they were smoking with some of these enemy designs. Didn't notice until you watched a review, but enemy designs in this game are either strange, textual, or both. I still think my favourite one so far is definitely the guy. I think it was a Cyclops one in Gen 1, where to attack you, he just flexed his pecs. That was definitely a design choice. Alright, let's just have me throw out a Garesta. Yeah, Tyr is absolutely power leveling. Also, I will continually keep interchanging her name between Tyr and Thyr. Let's go with Thyr. She's actually a higher level than Ayn already. So it does seem like she's one of these characters that levels up really quickly. But I guess she kind of has to because her stats are quite weak. Probably not good for Thyr that we've been ambushed by those. Yeah, I can sort of see that it looks a bit like a tire. Yeah. I'm guessing, to me, I'm guessing it's meant to be like a proboscis or a tongue or something because it looks like it's coming out the spider's mouth. It does look interesting though. Still not the most horrifying enemy design though. I think that still belongs to the rabbits from Phantasy Star II. And the ghouls from Phantasy Star 1 actually. They're pretty horrifying as well. Wow, Thyr didn't even level. What a scam. So I assume it is in here. Cave is blocked, you can't get in. So maybe it's not that one. So which one is it? Yeah, so somehow we've managed to completely walk past it. Hey, it's free experience. Yeah, the way that the map works in this is very weird. It's like sometimes you look at the monitor. So you can see here on this monitor here, where the white dot is, it looks like I'm directly above a mountain range. But if I go back to the map, the mountain range is next to me. So it is quite confusing sometimes because where you are on the monitor doesn't seem to exactly correlate to where you actually are. I do kind of feel like I've unlocked some kind of cheat code with Ayn, because it does just feel like he's one-shotting everything now. Okay, so let's try about there. Main character powers. I mean, even Mew seems pretty strong now as well. But yeah, I mean, I'd seen for like 300 damage on some things. I will say that Ayn definitely does seem far more useful than Reese did. I mean, I would imagine... I don't know what the other main character for this gen is. I can't remember what his name is. I'm sure it begins with an N, but I can't remember what it is now. I know he's like physical attack only, so I'm assuming he'd be stronger than Ayn. But Ayn honestly seems strong enough. Yeah, we definitely need to upgrade Ren's gun. Please tell me the cave is here. I also feel like the monitor map is kind of useless in this. It doesn't really show you cave openings or anything like that, which would be quite useful. I mean, can you imagine doing this without the movement speed increase? See there, on the map now, it's saying that we're nowhere near. It's extremely weird. There's a Phantasy Star developer interview with Reiko Kodama, and she said that when they made the attack animation for the zombie, they couldn't stop laughing at it. Honestly, I think it's a brilliant animation for the time. Being that slow and the map being off is rough. It really is. And obviously, it helps for me because I've got the improved walking speed, but I can't imagine trying to do this with a normal walk speed. So is it here? Okay, we have a cave. Now again, I need to look and see which cave we actually go in here, because apparently you can only go in a certain one. Okay, enter the rightmost cave. Okay. I can never remember which one it is you go into, so I always have to check. You constantly lose track because there's tons of empty desert too. No reference points at all, just sand floor. Yeah. It'd be easier if even if they had just like the odd little bit of scenery in the desert. Even if it was like the odd tree here and there or something, or like a tree stump. Or just like anything, any kind of scenery, just to help you have some kind of reference point. I know they gave you the map, and I guess that's the idea of, you know, they obviously want you to use the monitor, but when the monitor doesn't add up with where you actually are, it feels a bit pointless. It's good for like a general idea. Okay, so back in here again. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I had to go all the way around the edge. So again, another map. Landmarks would have helped, they really would. Okay, so we can go over this way. Through here. Maybe the game is telling you that the characters can't read maps accurately. So what we need is a cartographer in the party. I still do find it funny that Reese and Lyle decided to hide in this cave, which is crawling with monsters. Seems like a pretty terrible idea. I'm starting to get excited though, because I know that after this gem we've got one more, and then we can move on to Phantasy Star 4, which is what I'm most excited about. It's fine because they don't walk. Yeah, I guess that actually does make sense. Because they stay still, they never trigger any random encounters. Maybe their vision is based on movement. Okay, so I can go through here. There are so many encounters. I think Thea's going to be about level 30 by the time I actually get to her dad. Yes, that was Thea killing 3 enemies. Okay, well there they are. The encounter rate does seem a bit insane. The thing is, I don't know if the walk speed mod affects that or not. So obviously I'm using the mod to make the walk speed a lot faster. I don't know if a byproduct of that is that it makes the encounter rate increase to match. It could be a thing, or it could just be the game has that many encounters. I kind of feel like maybe it just has that many encounters. Okay, which way do I go here? Because I really don't want to get the wrong way here. It actually does not matter at all. At least it's been quite kind with the encounters so far. They've all been really easy. I feel like Thea's going to get a huge amount of kills here. I think Thea is going to kill the entire encounter actually here. Yep. Thanks, Thea. We hear the combat BGM more often because you walk faster and encounter faster as a result, yeah. But the rate is high for sure. You're my hero. Thanks, dude. I still love some of the attack animations. Lyle's in bad shape. He may not live very long. Alright, let's talk to people. Or get a fight. Will Thea survive the fight? It would be kind of hilarious if she got killed in this fight right in front of her dad. Probably not hilarious for him, I imagine. You're lucky this time, Lyle. People of Shusaran are in your debt. I like how I just can't tell which one is Reese and which one's Lyle because they look exactly the same. You've done well, my son. Now grow a mustache and be a real man. You are our last hope. Be brave, Vine. Fine. Words can't express my gratitude. Take the twins' ruby. It opens the London path. Three cheers for Ein. Three cheers for Tear. There. Tear. There. Whatever it is. I mean, I'll take the cheers. I'm not sure why we're cheering for Thea. She didn't really do a great deal, but... well, we saved her, and that's that. Now what? Okay, exit the cave and go to the passage to the north, which I think is the one we went to before. Okay. Do we have an escape? Or did I forget to get another one? I think we forgot to get one. Never mind, it looks like we're walking back out the cave. Passage time. Passage of time, like forest of time. For rest of time. Aren't I and Thea related? Thea is, from what I understand, Thea is Lyle's daughter. And Ein is obviously Reese's son. Yeah, it's a really good point, isn't it, Drac, that there are no techs apparently in the game that allow me to escape places. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have Ryuka or anything like that. Because we're quite far into the game now. Maybe it doesn't exist in this, or maybe it's much later. I mean, it's fine, we can get out of the cave, no problem. I just must remember to buy an escape pipe next time I'm in town. I think it's because the last town I was in didn't have any. Yeah, I do wonder what the rationale is for not having escape techs. So it should just be up and then around here. It's actually not that hard a cave, this. It's just I figure that out every time I come in. There's one thing that's established with this by now, it's the fact that I will remember... I will forget the location of all of the passageways every single time. I will forget the layout of every single dungeon every time. I think I have whatever the opposite of a photographic memory is. So PSO2 was the first to show how mates and telepipes look as in the icon, and I guess every time you use the mate item. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, obviously, PSO, you just see the actual cast of the telepipe, don't you? I want to say it explains what the telepipe is in PSO in the description, but I could be wrong. And yeah, same for monomates, although like, again, as I've said loads of times, that seems to change between games, so... Do escapipes look different from telepipes? Maybe they do. So many fights. This is what I forget this is what I get for forgetting an escapipe. I mean, yeah, the experience is really good. Speaking of which, what level is there? She's level 19. She already has 5 levels on Ein. It does feel like Ein level's very slow though. I guess he is main character syndrome, so... It is also money for the ring gear as well, yeah. Yeah, you use Garesta when you're all on full health. Sure. You do that. I also find it funny how we didn't get any interaction at all between Thea and Lyle. You would have thought you would get something. And also the fact that she's still here. I know that Lyle said to take the twins' ruby, but surely he could have just given you the ruby and kept Thea safe. Instead it's like, no, take my daughter. Yeah, she just stays in your party. It's like, well, I'm here now. It is very, very weird. Ooh, not looking good for Thea. Can we heal her before she gets obliterated? Thea has the same experience chart as Reese did, so that's why her level is as high as it is. Okay. It does feel like Iron level's a lot slower than Reese. Okay, did she survive that? She did somehow. Well done, Thea. You really do not want me to get out of this cave, do you? I mean, I will say Thea seems like she's actually starting to feel somewhat useful. She's just a little bit weak, that's all at the minute. Okay, we got out the cave, we did it. If I remember correctly, I think, yeah, we set it so that Iron's Garesta was the weaker one. So if I'm using Garesta, I probably want to use Mew. Okay, so we now need to head to, was it north, I think? So exit the cave and head to the passage to the north. It might be worth heading back to Hazard first. Just to grab an escapipe. I know it's a bit of a diversion, but it might be worth doing. Although we are heading to a passageway, which will lead us to a new area. But we've also seen that not every town has stuff in when you go to it, so yeah, I think maybe we do. That's my worry. Okay, yeah, because obviously we've seen that some of the towns have been under siege recently. So my worry is that if I go all the way to London and it's under siege, so it might be worth just detouring to Hazardtech to get the escape to make sure we've got one. I think that's maybe the safest thing to do. It does mean we'll get a few more fights, but I mean, it won't take long to get to Hazardtech anywhere, so well, I say it won't take long, unless I get a fight every 2 steps. Yeah, it's not very far, really. It feels like Iridia is actually quite a small area. It's just kind of hard to navigate because there's so much open desert. Hard to tell with the sand tile simulator. Yeah, I do like how you can clearly see the edges of the sand tiles. Ah, yeah, that wasn't far at all. I think that was worth it. So we'll heal up while we're here. You surprise Party the Monster. You show up with streamers and pull a cake out. Happy birthday, Monster. Okay, please tell me that you sell escapipes. Otherwise we have problems. Thank God. Tell you what, we'll buy 2. Might be worth stocking up on diamonds as well while we can. Can I also say that it's kind of BS for this game? So you've got these different tiles for the inventory. They kind of look a bit like playing cards. And obviously each of these is like a page of your inventory. But then there's one at the bottom right, which is just unusable. Now, unless that's used for something later on, which it could be, I don't know. It just kind of feels like we're getting conned out of some extra inventory space there. But maybe it is used for something later. Yeah, well, actually not too bad for stuff. We can get maybe 1 or 2 diamonds. I actually don't think we need that many, actually, because we seem to rely mainly on Resta and Garesta now anyway. Yeah, we can check weapon upgrades as well. I don't know if there was anything in Hazardtech. I know we could go back to Draconia, but that seems like a long detour to go and get a single weapon. So there is a Royal Needle here, which is 20,000. I'm going to assume that's probably quite good. Yeah, what I'd like to get for Ren is I'd like to hopefully get another gun that shoots multiple targets. I don't know if there is another one. It's a one-handed weapon that attacks long range. All characters can use it. Okay. Bit of a strange weapon, really. I would have thought a range weapon would only be for Ren, but yeah, maybe it's something like a crossbow. Precursor to spread needle, maybe. The thing you're looking for are apparently called Vulcans. So are Vulcans the ones that hit multiple targets? The ceramic shot and pulse Vulcan. So I'm guessing are we using ceramic shot at the minute? Yeah. Okay, so we'll maybe keep an eye out for pulse Vulcan. So I'm assuming that any other gun for Ren is a single target one, which is a bit of a shame. Kind of odd that they only have 2 guns in the game that hit multiple targets. Maybe the thought, if you got a character like Thea, she can hit multiple targets as well, so there's maybe less need, but I can buy Pulse Vulcan in New Mortar. I don't think we've even been there yet, have we? So must be later in the game, I'm guessing. Okay, so we want to go to, I think it was a cave at the north, wasn't it? Yes, there's that northern part. The ceramic shot is definitely feeling a bit weak now. The problem is that shots are powerful two-handed weapons that target a single enemy and are only usable by Ren, and then there's a Vulcan named Ceramic Shot that hits all targets. I mean, it sounds par for the course for Sega, really, doesn't it, that? You know, lest we forget Psycho Wand in PSO. I know Psycho Wand is an older weapon from the older games, but you know, it's still not a wand in PSO. Or, you know, Lavis Cannon. Funny because when I looked up Psycho Wand, it said, I was just going to say that, yeah, so apparently that wand that you equip on Noah is the original Psycho Wand. I guess maybe they just couldn't fit the name in. I can't remember what it was actually called in Phantasy Star. Was it just Wand? It just Wand. Yeah, it got cycled later on. Okay, so we should be, well, according to the map, we should be near. Shame it wasn't a hand stick, I know. If only. Okay, so hopefully this is the right curve. It did get cycled later on in Phantasy Star 4. Oh, cool, it's in 4. Twins ruby glows and you're inside. Oh god, it's another one of these. So this leads to London. So this is Iridia to London. So Iridia to London, yeah, cool. How difficult is this one? God, it's huge. You could spell Psych Wand with the 8-letter limitation. Okay, so let's just try and figure this map out. So if I go left from here, that is a very long way to a dead end. So I want to go up, then... Okay, that's not too bad, actually. It's just a lot of rooms. The Phantasy Star tabletop role-playing game is coming out later this summer. Yeah, it's the one that's built on that SP Genesis, isn't it? I posted about that recently on the Discord because they've started to advertise it with PSO characters as well. Now you have to argue with the game master, is your N-sphere use is devoid of artistic or literary value. Yeah, I think they said that it's going to include, obviously it's including the original Phantasy Stars, but then it's also including there's PSO a lot. The PSO apparently was only episode 1, 2 and 4, so rip Ep 3. And I think they said it includes Phantasy Star 0 as well. Ponder the orb. Yeah, I probably won't pick it up personally. It's cool for people who play that kind of game, but for me, I have never been able to get into D&D because I've never had a group that does it, so I've never been able to actually pick up the rules or anything, so I'm totally lost when it comes to D&D. I'm glad to see Phantasy Star getting something though. I don't know what these enemies on the left are. They just look like a torch, honestly. They don't look particularly threatening. It was cool to see that they're including Phantasy Star 0, because I suppose if you're including PSO, you kind of have to include 0. One thing I do wonder though is how it works. I don't know if the PSO characters and everything are like a separate campaign or something, because they've said that the game is going to take place in Algol, which is obviously the classic games. PSO obviously isn't in Algol. So I don't know if it's like a separate, like an expansion to it or something, or... I guess it lays the groundwork for it, and then you can kind of build a Ragdoll campaign based on that, maybe. So do we just keep heading left? Is that what we're doing? It is what we're doing. Ren found a forced sword. How does that compare to what we're using? I can't give that to Iron, so he must be full of items. Tell you what, use that monument. Okay, so is that force sword any good? Ragdoll, Algol, close enough to ship it. They'll never notice. Okay, so is Force Sword stronger or weaker? It is stronger. Okay. Because I need it to be stronger, apparently. I'll take it. Also, Iron Force confirmed. It'd be hilarious if it turned out that Ragdoll was a mistranslation of Algol. I mean, they have said for years that PSO is in a separate sort of, you know, it's like a separate story to Phantasy Star. But yeah, it would be really funny if after all this time it was actually linked. Yeah, Theory is actually getting somewhat useful now. Yeah, that fight was nearly 1,000 experience. Another chest. Force Claw. This feels like it's setting me up for a boss fight. Just saying. It's odd for it to give me all this gear all of a sudden. God, you're full items as well. Okay, just get rid of one of those antidotes, it's fine. My own fan theory is that Ragdoll is Earth after they themselves ruined the planet by conducting similar experiments with Dark Falls. Yeah, we don't really know a whole lot about what Ragdoll actually is. They never really go into exactly what it is. Because obviously it existed before Dark Falls arrived. Okay, even more attack from you. But yeah, I can imagine it is a big time commitment to do a campaign like that. How did Dark Falls get in the box? I know you would think after being put in a box in Phantasy Star II that it'd get a bit sick of it, wouldn't you? I'm just kind of waiting for Dark Falls to jump me out of the box in this game as well. And he's doing over 400 damage. But yeah, this does feel like it's setting me up for a boss fight, which is a little worrying. Although having said that, the boss fights we've had so far have been really easy. Okay, they do a fair bit of damage, actually. Dare I even ask what level Thera is now? Level 22. Yeah, there was another box there. Let's just have a look and see how easy is that to get to from here. That is a massive detour. Is it worth going for? It's a force knife and apparently it's very good. So I guess we're going back for that. I mean, it's not a massive detour, but it's more than I would like to do. Let's see, so to get that, we need to go... Okay. So we'll power level there a bit more. I mean, it's not like we're struggling with a fight, so... Okay, so I want to go... It's actually not too bad to get to, actually. It looks worse than it is. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. Obviously, we spent a long time on streams doing these classic Phantasy Stars. And I was kind of thinking, like, once I finish Phantasy Star 4, I'll have to actually think what to do on a Wednesday stream. I know that's a way off, but it just kind of came to me recently, and I thought, oh, shit, I'm gonna have to actually think of something to play. Play games. FF8's one option, yeah. I mean, there is the Front Mission 3 remake coming out as well, so that, you know, that will be getting played. Whether it's on the stream or not, we'll see. People seem to enjoy Front Mission last time, from what I could tell, so... Okay, so we need to go... cross, up, and then left. After 4, you do the remakes. And Phantasy Star Guide, and Phantasy Star Adventure. And we go through the entire PSO2 story. I've been poisoned. So these guys do poison as well. Just want to see text Avengers, it's short anyway. Gaiden is rough. I can never remember, is Gaiden the one that's on Game Gear, or is that a different one? Yeah, Japan would never start a war except in Front Mission 3. That is exactly what they did. Well, jokey, you say that Coral never had Dark Falls, but it does in Zero. I mean, technically, I suppose, isn't it the moon? I'm trying to think now, is it? Because Dark Falls is fought after Mother Trinity. Is that on the moon, I think? Can't remember now. It's Dark Shrine, isn't it? I can't remember where Dark Shrine is, if it's on Coral or if it's on the moon. You'd be unhappy if the Front Mission 3 remake did not have that line. I will say, I don't know if you saw it, Tricky, but they did show off a trailer for it recently. It does look quite a bit better than the first footage they showed, so I'm quite quietly confident that they haven't totally screwed the game up. never got a far into Zero to know for sure. Yeah, I know you definitely do fight falls in Zero. It's another game where it just kind of appears. Yeah, I honestly can't remember where you fight falls. I know it's after the Mother fight, but I can't remember where you fight Mother. I know you do it after you've done Dark Shrine, but again, I can't remember where Dark Shrine is meant to be. If it's on Coral or if it's on the moon. Okay, we are going to attempt to do anti. Nope. Let's try it again. Nope. There we go. Only took 4 times. That was on Game Gear, okay. Time to do side questions. I know, I need to do those. I know you said to me there's that one that has some good lore in it at the end, so I do need to do that. I think I know I've got to do Seat of the Heart on PSO for the PSO side stories. I really don't want to do it, but I have to do it at some point. I hate that quest. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we can maybe do some Zero side stories. Could be cool. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Jokey, I mean, Zero is set a long time after PSO. Renfan Force Knuf. I'm gonna assume that means knife. So I mean, I guess I could use it, but why would I if I've got a sword? Is there a reason that we need this game? Okay, the guide does make a very big point of saying, do not sell the Force knife. Okay. Noted. Yeah, Zero is quite interesting because it doesn't really tell you exactly when it happens in relation to PSO. You know that I think it's 200 years after the Great Blank, but you don't know when the Great Blank happens in relation to PSO. So yeah, it's quite a long time after for sure. Okay, so now we've got that. Now we can actually go back to the exit again. I will say that Zero stream was really fun. Seemed like a lot of people really enjoyed it as well. So I'm more than down for doing more Zero streams. We might try Eternal Tower again at some point as well. I think that if we do skip some of the early spawns, we might be able to clear it in 3 hours. Yeah, really fun game though. Honestly, one thing I will say about Phantasy Star is I think most of the games are generally really enjoyable. I know there's been some like hit and miss over the years, but I can quite honestly say that I think I've enjoyed my time with the majority of the games. Yes, even NGS before we say anything else. Personally, any Phantasy Star stream I end up watching live or through the VODs. Oh, nice one. Yeah, I do appreciate that the stream times are never going to fit for everyone. So yeah, I do really appreciate when people watch the VODs as well. Can't say if I'm biased, but I just love the whole series. I would agree with that so far, yeah. I don't think there's a Phantasy Star game that I really actively dislike. There's ones I have issues with, for sure, but I think I at least enjoy everyone I've played so far. Obviously, there are some that I never got to play, so I never got to play Idler, the gacha game. Maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed that, but apparently, again, the story was apparently quite good in that, so I don't know. Yeah, I think generally overall, I think the series is quite strong. It's kind of crazy to me that it's still, for the most part, quite a niche series. Really, outside of PSO2 in Japan, it is still very, very niche. But it is interesting comparing this franchise to other similar ones. So if I compare it to something like Final Fantasy, as much as I love some of the Final Fantasy games, there are some Final Fantasy games that I really can't stand. So well, we have arrived back in London. Okay, so whereabouts in London is this? Which Final Fantasies can't you stand? For me, I really struggled to get into 9. I'm not going to say I couldn't stand it, but that I struggled a bit to get into 9. The one I absolutely cannot stand is 10-2. I have tried. I love Final Fantasy X. I have tried playing 10-2 several times, and I cannot stick with. I hate that game. I think I hate it mainly because they decided to kind of retcon a lot of the story of 10, which really sucked. I just didn't like the way the gameplay worked or anything in 10-2 either. Yeah, I absolutely love 10. 10 I have played several times. I absolutely love that game. 10-2 though. I bought 10-2 on release and I sent it back to the shop within a few days. And then when the HD remasters released, I completed 10. And I thought, do you know what? Maybe I was a bit unfair on 10-2. I'll try playing it again. And no, I just can't. I will say it's the majority of the Final Fantasy games I do like, but yeah, 10-2 just left a bad taste in my mouth every time I played it. I know people like to rag on 13, but for me, I haven't really played enough of it to make a good decision on it, so. Okay, so now we're back in London. How do we actually get back to the town? You love 13? (13-2) is amazing as well. Yeah, I've only played a little bit of 13. I think I never actually bought it myself. I think my brother had it. I played a little bit of it when I went over his house, but it seemed quite good, but just never actually got it myself. Okay, so where on earth is the town? There are a lot of options here. I want to say Langdon was the one to the west, maybe? I think 13 gets better in the sequels, Lightning Returns is a personal favourite is also 10. I don't dislike 10 to that level, but I do get the hit because I dislike what they did as well. I think one of the weirdest things with 10 2 for me is what they did to Yuna. I get that obviously after the events of 10 she stops being a summoner because, you know, of the events of 10 of what happens. But it felt like they totally 180'd on her character. So they went from having a, you know, I think in 10 she comes across as like she's quite sort of like a reserved character and everything. And then it was at 10 2 it was like, yeah, put her in hot pants. To be fair, to appreciate 9, you have to be familiar with all that came before, including the ones that were skipped in the Western release. Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy 7 and 8, and I enjoyed 6 as well. I don't know what was about 9. Again, it's not that I hated 9 by any means. I just personally didn't enjoy it as much as 7 or 8. I will say though, on the subject of 7, and this is, you know, maybe controversial, but I do feel 7's a bit overrated. It's a good game, but I do feel it's a bit overrated. I still loved it. I've still played 7 through several times, but I think quite often gets out to be made to be like the greatest game ever, and I don't see it. It's not 18 remakes and 50 reboots good. I think that's one of the issues I've got with 7 is the fact that, like, it feels like any time money gets spent on the Final Fantasy franchise, it's something to do with 7. I get it because 7 is the popular one, but yeah. You know, we've got several spin-offs, we've got a movie, we've got remakes. Meanwhile, if you're a Final Fantasy VIII fan, all you get is a half-ass remaster. 7 is a good but overrated game, just what I feel. I think it's a lot of people's first JRPG, which is why it has that rep. I would agree with that. I mean, I think it was probably my first JRPG as well. I know I got it with my PlayStation. And I don't think because I know I hadn't played any JRPGs prior to PlayStation. Because I still remember something really funny. When I got it, I was quite young when I got it. And I thought the game wasn't working properly because I was pressing X on the menus and it wasn't doing anything. I was quite young at the time. And I thought the game was broken. And I literally had the game for about a year before I realised, oh no, you press circle for OK instead. Not my finest hour, admittedly. Still trying to work out which one of these places is London. Couldn't square that circle. So, Anyone with knowledge of Phantasy Star 3, does anyone know where Landon is on this map? Because I have no idea. I have no idea. Again, it doesn't help that the map isn't lined up properly. Landon is hiding. It is. It really is. Look for Big Ben. I'm actually disappointed in that one. Top 2 dots, one on the right. Okay. So I assume we just walk around the edge of the big lake. Cool, thanks for that. Yeah, it could be by the green pixel, Minsk. It's north, yeah, fair enough. Thanks. Yeah, again, I forget where everything is on these maps. So, yeah, please bear with me. So it looks like we can just follow the edge of the lake more or less and then head north. Again, what I'm seeing on screen doesn't seem to resemble the map in the slightest. Okay, we've now reached the point where Thea is just clearing spawns on her own. Okay, so kind of northwest from here. I'm assuming up here. Also, this biome is actually way smaller than it looks. Because the huge lake in the middle is actually tiny. Would have been nice if they could have made the maps just a bit bigger. That's a really weird thing, actually, isn't it? Yeah, I've never even thought of that. Like, why are the maps so small? Unless there's more that adds on the screen later on. Okay, are we near? We should be more or less on it. Please tell me that's Landon. Okay, we will save. Oh yeah, I remember here. Okay. Is anyone poisoned? No, amazingly. Wait, what's that star? I've never seen that icon before. Was this like, oh, was this a fortune teller or something? I can't remember now. I seem to faintly remember this. Also, everyone seems to have gone, so maybe Landon is under siege? In which case, I'm very glad I bought those escapipes. Let's just check. Okay, well, it's good to know the church still works under siege. Big maps can't be blast processed. Or maybe it isn't under siege? It is a fortune teller, okay. Okay, so at least we know we can still stock up, that's good. The casts are revolting. I mean cyborgs. You mean androids? You mean humanoids? Okay, so let's just have a quick look around town, just see if anything is different. Appliances. Anything in the weapon shop? No, that is very much the start of the game gear. Cool. So it seems that the shops are still open, but it looks like the NPCs have all disappeared from the actual town itself. I'm gonna assume you're selling low-end armor. Yep. Okay, so the castle is locked. So we have to find another way in. Now this is the place we started in Gen 1. Now, if I remember correctly, right at the start of the game when you throw your fit and you get locked in the the timeout room, Lena obviously breaks you out. And I'm sure that when she breaks you out, when you get out of the dungeon, you come out into one of the shops in this place. So if I want to get back in the castle, surely I could go that way in and go through the dungeon. So I've got to assume that one of these houses has like a hidden staircase or something to get into the dungeon. The other option, of course, is fountains, because we've used those a few times as well. I don't think there's anything in the armor shop. Ah. Was it here? Maybe it's here? That does bring us into the dungeon. Okay, so maybe it is that way then. Okay. So what do we actually need to do now? It says go up and right. Take the first path down and go right all the way. Over new enemies, mini mech. I mean, they're not lying. They actually have quite a lot of health. Not enough though. Okay, so if landing dungeon is full of androids, that's probably not a good thing. Well, I haven't said that. Actually, no, that would make sense, because Landon was always loyal to Arachio, and Arachio used cyborgs, so that does make sense. Okay, well, I mean, there is a chest right here. Damn it. I'll take it. Okay, so get that down and go right all the way. So far it's just these guys. Yeah, I think there is that level now where she's actually doing decent. Okay, my brain is dying. Okay, so we've gone right all the way. Go up, right, up, right. So up. Also, there is actually some other enemies here. I just found out that the Poison Lily laugh is the same as the flying monster that talks to you in House of the Dead 2. Is it really? That was up, right, up. Right. Found out the Congalala in Monster Hunter Doors makes boomer noise the other day. I mean, it is boomer adjacent. Serious. Okay, so at the end, go up and take a left. Monster Hunter is set on Ragdoll confirmed. Maybe it is. As you can probably tell, these fights are not particularly hard at the minute. Oh. New person. So this is Sari. I'm Sari, Lena's daughter and ruler of the country of Landon. I have the power topaz, but you won't get it without a fight. And she's also huge. Also now seeing why they told me to keep that knife. There's also a lot of enemies. Yeah, we actually have a boss fight. Let's try and take out these ads first. Thea is not looking good. It does kind of look like a syringe, doesn't it? Okay, let's try and have Thea heal herself. She might not get a chance to, but, you know, she can try. Giant or Force Protective? I suspect probably the latter. It's not the first time we've had this. Okay, she actually got a heal off, which is good. Now, will she be as disappointing as previous Phantasy Star III bosses? Because typically they have not had much challenge to them whatsoever. And that answers that. Yeah, so boss is not the strong point in this game so far. Okay, I'll let you use the power topaz, but you have to let me come along to guard it. Sari joins your party. Cool. Let's also grab that box. Damn it. I like how there's like a hidden door there that you can't go back in. Okay, let's have a quick look at Sari before we end the stream. Oh my god, she has 206 health. At level 1. Oh dear god. She also has insane stats for level 1. I'm gonna assume she probably levels quite slow. Yeah, I'm assuming that is the health. It was the same for Lyle, wasn't it? Okay, so let's give her that knife that we got, which I think Ren might have. Give that to Sari. So I'm assuming she's going to use that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that in the left hand so she can dual wield. She has 252 damage compared to Ayn, who has 204. Yeah, we've got 2 party members in one stream. That's pretty good going. So we have the squad. So I assume we're probably getting close-ish to the end of Gen 2. So what do we do now? And then I'll end the stream. So the next part is to head back to Iridia. Okay. Well, first, can we get out of this place? All the HP but no TP. She's a Hugh cast. She really is. Yeah, so we'll rest up. She's built like a raycast fridge unit. Which doesn't actually look massively tall on the sprite, but yeah, we know not to trust the sprites. So yeah, I think we'll probably end that one there for today, I think. So next stream for Phantasy Star 3, we'll go to Iridia and maybe try and wrap up 2nd gen, possibly. Gonna raid. Is there anyone live that we can raid? So, just to let you know, there'll be a stream on Sunday. I have still not decided what we're playing yet. It will be some variety of Phantasy Star, but I will work it out. Mega Alive is playing Mega Drive games. That's cool, yeah, we can raid them. He's British. Sounds good. So yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, as I said, there'll be a stream on Sunday. Also the Discord event on Saturday as well. unless it is incredibly, disgustingly hot, in which case I might not turn up. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys on Sunday for another stream. If you have enjoyed it, please obviously consider liking, subscribing, join as a member if you want to. You can follow or sub on Twitch. I have X and a Bluesky, which are both SectionSkyly, and you can join the Discord as well, which should be a link to in the description. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy Phantasy Star 3 so far, and I will see you guys on Sunday for the next stream. So we'll send a raid out to, what was it, Mega Alive. Let's try that. Actually doing a raid. Can you believe it? It does happen occasionally. Is that working? There we go. Almost like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday, so whatever you're doing, have a good week, and I will see you then. See you guys.